welcome back. It's Frankie Boyer. This is BizTalkRadio.com. And Jonathan Bell, we do need your help. Jonathan Bell is a labor and employment attorney and the founder of Bell Law Group. And the Bell Law Group represents individuals in employment that are not being paid in accordance with the law. And so this is you must be going out of your mind with everything that's happening in the world right now with COVID-19.
That's true. Between questions relating to unemployment, these PPP loans, also questions from essential workers, if they don't feel safe at work, what their rights are, it's really, it's nonstop. And we've been providing help to the community in a number of ways by going on Facebook and just uploading a lot of free videos regarding advice, and people who reach out to me directly, providing a lot of free guidance, and just trying to help our community and pitch in with the knowledge that we have to try to help everybody as best as we could.
So do explain to us a little bit about the services that are available for people that have lost their jobs right now and have lost their wages, not all of their money, but most of their money. What are they eligible for today, Jonathan?
Yeah, well, that's a big sweeping question. So obviously it depends on the circumstances, but most people who are unemployed could now go on unemployment. The eligibility requirements have now been extended to include people who are self-employed and gig workers, independent contractors. The problem is that, all this money is given by the federal government to the states, and the states are the ones making the decisions, and they're usually on a skeleton crew. The forms are outdated, the websites are crashing, but people are ultimately getting their benefits. So what I'm telling people is keep on applying, keep on trying. Persistence is key. Don't give up. Once you get it, it will be retroactive. Like here, for example, in New York, you can make up to $504 a week is the normal New York State benefit, but with the federal government is kicking in an extra $600 a week, you can make up to $1,104 as long as you qualify. So it's a decent amount of money just to kind of help you get through this tough time, and the $600 a week will pay you until July 31st. But you still get extended benefits after that, just the regular state. So you used to be 26 weeks. Now they're paying you 39 weeks here in New York. In other states, they're tacking on 13 more weeks, regardless of, in addition to whatever the state unemployment ultimately paid you.
I have a friend that lives in New York City, and she said she has been trying to get on online and keeps getting thrown off the site, and she's been trying to call and keeps getting cut off on the phone for 4 weeks now. So, I mean, there's so much frustration with this.
Yeah, well, the good thing is in New York, they hired a lot more people, thousands, and I understand that they're returning calls over the weekends or sometimes very late at night, so keep your phone on. Also, they hired Google to streamline the process as far as doing the application. So I was hearing those complaints, but within the last week, I've heard the people who are complaining a lot more progress as far as getting the calls back and getting benefits. So listen, you can't blame the system for the fact that they had a limited number of people working there. This was so unexpected, so they're kind of playing catch up all the time. And I understand people's frustrations. They're in a desperate situation right now. They really need help, and this help is supposed to be available to them. So it's coming. It's coming. I'm seeing it from my perspective in talking to a lot of people who called me early on and had trouble getting through, and now they're finally starting to get through. And also, just to go, segue into the next situation is, with these PPP loans that employers are getting, they're required to hire back people. They don't have to hire the exact same person that was there, but the numbers have to be the same for it to be forgiven to a grant. So if you hear or know of a business who has who got the PPP, nothing wrong with reaching out and contacting them to see if there's any job available to you, because they have to use it in 8 weeks, and 75% have to be for the purposes of payroll. So that's also another opportunity if you could kind of discover if you're in a network whether it be social media, Facebook, just putting it out there. Does anyone have I'm looking for work? Does anyone got approved for a PPP loan or any leads? I'm available to be employed. That's a good way that I don't see people taking advantage of.
Wow, that's awesome. This is great. Absolutely, absolutely. And the PPP, if you do not use it within the 8 weeks, you must pay it back at 1% interest. Is that it?
Yeah, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but yes, you have to pay it out within 8 weeks. 75% has to be towards payroll. 25% could be for things like utilities and rent. If you had 10 employees in 2019 and you have 9 employees now, only 90% is going to be forgiven, not the 10%. Also, you can't reduce people's salary more than 25%, except if the person's making over $100,000 a year. So there's a lot of technicalities involved, but I've been telling people who are really interested, they want to find out, speak with an accountant or attorney, they could certainly walk you through. But the whole point of this PPP loan is, yeah, a 1% payback over 2 years sounds great. It's as far as regular loan terms go. But if you could get it forgiven as a grant and not have to pay any of it back, then that would be the best case scenario for any business trying to continue on during this tough time.
And that money is used, if you are a sole proprietor, that money would be used for rent, utilities, all the other things that make up the business?
Yeah, so the 75% rule is still in place. So, for example, if you apply as a sole proprietor, let's say you make over $100,000. So this goes up to $100,000. So basically what they're going to do is they're going to give you about, $20,000. 75% has to go to yourself of that money. And then the 25% could go to rent and utilities. That's generally the breakdown of the way that it would work.
Okay, and that 75% needs to be used, though, for the business?
Well, it really should be used to pay yourself, because you're replacing your salary. In other words, I get it. Yeah. You don't have to go and file for unemployment. You have the opportunity to now pay yourself through the PPP.
Okay, perfect. Give us the website, how people can find out more about you and the firm.
Sure. It's BellLG, as in Bell Law Group. So BellLG.com. Best thing for you to do is follow me at Bell Law Group on Facebook, because I'm giving out a ton of free information like this, explained in detail. So this way you know what's going on. Good.
We need it. We need it.
Of the law.
Thank you so much, Jonathan, and thank all of you. Another edition of the Frankie Boyer Show during these COVID times. Thanks for listening. Make it a great day, everybody, and as always, smile.